That's right, folks. Tonight is the night. You will not be able to contain all of the madness and the awesome that will be coming to you live on one screen. This screen can barely contain not one maker, not two makers, but three makers. Some of the prolific makers of Nat 21 Adventures. And we all have lasers. Pew, pew, pew. I actually downloaded sound effects for the lasers. Here we go.
Oh. And folks, that was our actual lasers making product right then.
They've got different settings. So when you get more than one maker together, we start talking shop. And everyone's got their tools that they like the best, but there's so many choices with lasers. We have had some of the patients kind of talking, not patients, what do you call them?
Patrons.
That's it. They're very patient with us. The patrons
They
talking to us, continually asking us questions about what laser to get, and I think that the market for lasers has become very accessible in the past few years. Definitely with the advent of Glowforge, and I am amused as hell that all three of us have different lasers.
Yeah, that's great.
We all went in a different direction, but so I was curious, and I talking to them backstage, and we were like, well, what's cool about yours? What does yours do? Why did you pick that one? What? So we decided to do this as an on-screen kind of the laser off. We're gonna shoot each other with lasers.
Yeah, it's only one of us is standing, and the other two are at the bar.
It's gonna be like this. Lasers. Did I spend some time today before the show downloading animated GIFs and audio?
So happy.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well done.
Fabulous.
So let's start with this lovely maker over here. Tell us a little bit about you. What's your laser preference? And what's your favorite thing to make?
So I can really only attest to one laser because I started out from the okay, I'm ready. I have enough things I want to make with a laser. I can justify this. So that is where my laser decision came from, which I'll explain about it and everything. But I am looking to upgrade. And I know someone else on this channel is also upgrading and looking at the one that I was going to. So I'm really excited to hear about somebody's thoughts and processes. So we'll get to that part. So I actually was like number 646 that bought the first set of these We Create Vision lasers. They only had a 20 watt at the time.
So you're an early adapter, and I definitely want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is where some of my beginning experience with having a first run of things came from, because there were definitely some pros to it, and there was also some cons.
Right.
So when with the We Create, whenever I go into buying mode, I am just full on. I watch every video I possibly can, look at every review. I am a big researcher. I am not an impulser when it comes to machinery and things like that. It is a process.
I want to amend that. I impulsively, obsessively dive into every detail.
Yes,
it's a hyper focus.
Hyper fixation on that specific thing until I have just flooded my brain with as much information as I think I can hold about it. And then if I end up getting it, I'll just watch videos up until it gets here. So I know how to already fix it, what to do and troubleshoot.
Right.
So there was some stuff out about the We Create, but there was only a few actual people that had their hands on it. Bigger laser influencers and things like that, or content makers on YouTube. So I did somewhat take a shot. I mean, there was some good information about it, but I did somewhat take a shot, and the biggest reason was the price point,
Mm,
and that at the time it was the only one that had the uh camera like autofocus the way that it did. So that was something that was new to We Create, which now they've kind of all adapted into. So those two things were like a really big selling point. And I ended up getting it. Let's see, I think I ordered it in October and I got it in December. So,
I think we got our lasers like almost at the same time.
and that was,
A
oh,
couple years ago.
was yes, because my laser hadn't come in yet whenever I had come to NOLA for the first time with
Yep.
both of you guys. I was waiting on it.
Oh my God. All three of us were, I just realized, I just processed this. All three of us were at that D&D adventure.
Yeah. D&D
Yes.
Destination in Arlen's together. Yeah.
I think that was one of our first actual conversations was, "Wait, you guys
Exactly.
have lasers? What
Yeah.
are they?" Like, let's chat, let's
That's
nerd
funny.
talk. So yeah, so I was waiting on it whenever it came in. And so since then, so that was what, 2023, so December of 2023.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Yes.
coming up on 2 years.
So
So
you
I
ordered it that December after we had chatted about it. You had
No, she ordered it before and it arrived.
before you. All right, and
So
then it
she
got there.
and I had the same thing. It arrived the day after
That
I
was
left
it.
for New Orleans.
Yes.
Perfect.
I it came like a couple of days after we got back. I was so afraid it was going to get there and it was going to be big, and I was like, "Oh, sorry for whoever has to move this in the house." But yeah, it came after we got there. And that's why I was also, so I was like, "What did you guys get? Like, what are you did I make the right choice?" Like,
Yeah.
My guess is we all did because we're using them. That's the number one thing. We're all using our lasers. So we did make a right choice.
agreed. And like
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
a
it's a
regular
scary
basis.
investment. It's a
It
big
is.
chunk of change. Even these
Yep.
these home use,
The home
not,
craft.
they are definitely a gateway tool for every maker out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I use mine. I mean, may not use it every day, but I will use it in bursts for hours at a time.
So that's kind of how mine goes. Like and it's also so convenient for some things. Like some things it's just like, "Oh, real quick, I can throw that in my laser and, cut it out or do something." That's like a huge part of it. And then Justin has a 3D printer and I use them interchangeably. Like I can use certain things that go together and,
Gosh.
so fun. So a few things that I've made. Well, let me say, I've had it for 2 years. I did end up having to replace the laser head this year.
Oh, really?
That was $450. But or 400, I think. Actually, I take that back. I think it was 400. But looking back at it and the hours that I really have put into that in 2 years, I mean, I was running a business for like over a year, with that tiny 20 watt. So, I mean, whenever it finally came down to it, of course, I was like, "Oh man, it's broken. Like what?" And then when I started thinking about it, I was like, "Okay, this feels about right for maintenance." I haven't had to do much with it. The only other thing I did end up having to call the company, which they replaced, was the switch on the back of my laser that turns it on and off, just that little like toggle. It like went into the machine.
Were you just like, "I'm so excited to turn this
always
thing
using
on."
it.
I was like, "What?" And it just like, just a clean. And so I tried, obviously, tweezing it, like whatever you do to just be like, "I gotta keep going." Like, I can't. So yeah, it was unfixable. But this had actually started to become an issue, so they had already figured out a fix, which is what I've been using since, and that was probably like not even 6 months into having the machine that thing popped. And so they sent me something that basically just like had a QR code with a video showing me how to unplug this other cord, plug this in there, and then that is your new route to.
Nice.
So
you would say the support was pretty good for.
I will say they have some different times, but they pretty much always answer the phone whenever I have called, and everything's been handled. So I mean, customer service wise, I do feel like they are really good. They actually, of course, I was in all the like beginning groups and stuff like that of people first getting them. Like, oh, I just got mine. I'm number 322, and we're like waiting. But this one guy had something in there, and I don't really know the whole story on exactly how it happened, but his caught on fire. It was his fault. He fully took responsibility, but he called to tell the company, here's what happened. Here's what I did. Blah, 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 whatever. They sent him a replacement.
I mean, you think you could be able to engrave matches.
You would think, I mean, why not? Why not?
And this TNT here, I want everyone to know whose TNT it is. So I'm going to get it engraved with my name on it. So they know I go big boom, girl.
So he figured it out real quick.
What is what they say?
Could not play with matches. So it did not work out well. But
a little ridiculous.
A little ridiculous. But they were really kind about it, and they sent him another one. So I mean, nice. I will say that while the few little things that I've had, and then my autofocus stopped one time, and it turned out being a glitch in one of their software updates that was going to it. So I mean, there are little things like that, but I will give it to them that they really do try and actively fix it as soon as they figure it out. Like,
oh, that's good.
Even if it feels like a momentary Band-Aid, it's not going to be a unsafe Band-Aid. And they seemingly come out with, like, I actually went back to a different version of the software because I was having so many issues.
Yeah, I've done that.
I just re-downloaded like last week the one again because they've had a couple of updates. Works beautifully, flawlessly. So
great.
So I mean, there's pros and cons and everything, but I will say for a starter, just wanting to get into it, but also like wanting a big enough space to not just have like, you know, like it's fun to be able to just to like laser little things, but you want to cut something, you want to do something, big with it. So at the price point, which I think was around like 22 to 2,400, something like that. And it can cut a 11 by 19 space, I believe.
Is that the size your Recreate can do? 11 by 19?
Yes.
Yeah, is that what you got?
My board.
My best. Yes, my best board.
That's it.
Them too.
All my Illustrator files are 11 by 19. That's what I want.
Mine goes up. Mine's like 23 wide. Mine's 23 wide.
Oh, nice.
That is nice.
I was gesturing.
Fancy.
Obscenely.
We can't all have that big of a workspace, Mab.
Yeah. Sorry. It is.
It is really nice.
But like, it does look bigger compared to my Glowforge. Like it's wider for sure.
Oh, it's definitely wider than your Glowforge.
Yeah.
I looked at Glowforges. So Louie, I wanna like you.
Well,
you got the.
Can I ask one question real quick? Of Nina.
What's up?
What do you connect through the internet? Like on my Glowforge, I have to use their software online and use their software, and then I connect to the machine, and then it cuts. It doesn't direct to the machine.
So mine actually does both. So I can connect via Wi-Fi, and then I also so in this house that we just moved from Nashville, so we're in a different house. So my laser's over there, which whenever we're done with all of the conversation, Mab, I can pull up my camera on my phone and take you guys over there and show you how I have it set up.
So when your Wi-Fi is down, Lou, you can't connect.
Here's the thing. Yes, the Glowforge, I am using their software in the cloud. So I go onto their website, Glowforge app website. I go in, I upload my file, I arrange it in their program, set it all up on the machine, choose my power settings, and hit go, and then it goes up to the cloud and then shoots that back down.
Oh.
My Glowforge is connected to the internet. So I am missing, and that's one of the negatives of the Glowforge. And a lot of people complain
that's a
about
huge
that. You
negative.
That is
have to
hard.
be connected to their servers on the cloud.
Huh.
Right? Interesting. There's no that hardware. I guess the software Lightburn it doesn't connect with that. It's own proprietary thing.
Yeah.
Are both of you using like a Lightburn type software?
Well, I use XCS, which is the Xtool design thing.
I see.
But it also will run on Lightburn.
I
but
see.
I
Okay.
don't need that. Lightburn has another level of complexity that has not been a necessity for me at this time. So I've been using the lowest denominator.
Perfect.
So mine is, I'll use the WeCreate software. I design everything in Illustrator though, and I just pull it over. So I don't do like any designing in the WeCreate software besides sending it through. So I can actually have it through USB or through Wi-Fi, and it's actually a downloadable to my desktop software.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys a quick trick because mine just finished cutting. This is poster tack. This is one of my favorite tricks that someone showed me.
What?
You check instead of moving everything. If you want to make sure, because if I was adjusting settings or something, I pick something and it comes out using the poster tack. I know it cut through.
Clean cut.
The one time I didn't do that, I wasted an expensive board.
I literally do that because of one of your Mad Labs where you talked about the tack, and I got some for that reason. I was like, that is genius. Look at that. That is so cool.
This has cut, and it's a nice cut. It's really not even that hard on the edge. It's hard to see, and it's got score. Sorry, this is score, so it's a really thin line, and then it's got engraved. And this is one of my favorite things about the Kumihimo is this is very tactile.
Look at that focus. Oh yeah, look at that.
Like I don't know if you can see how tactile that is, and for like a person, I like to it's like a.
Was that the wood that was that tactile or the engraved pattern? It's the wood.
What it is it got rid of the top layer of the veneer.
Yeah,
that's one of the things I was adjusting when I was prototyping this. Was like, how much do I want to engrave away where you still get that nice little bit of, it's just a little bit of texture, because the wood is the base wood or whatever this is really smooth, pretty smooth, but then that's gonna mess up. Anyway.
So how thick will y'all's lasers cut?
That's a good question.
I supposedly can go to like a 1/4 inch.
Oh,
but
really?
I've never done a 1/4 inch.
Nice. Yeah.
Usually I'm 1/8 and 3 millimeters. That's my main cuts most of the time.
That's my main. Yeah.
This is gonna kind of come off sort of braggy, but the S1 can do 1/2 inch.
That's nice. Yeah. That's really cool.
I've never done a 1/2 inch.
I feel like
you've never done it, even though it could.
Never done it. The most I've done is a solid 1/4, and I was like, okay, I feel like, and it was multiple passes.
Multiple, and then for people watching, the multiple passes, you run the laser cut exactly as it sounds, and then you run the laser cut over the exact same things. That way, like when Mab checked that with the tacky, if she had to do another pass with the laser, if that board moved just a tiny bit, it would throw it all.
Your cut would be off.
Yes, but if she needed to cut again right now before moving anything, she could go back and maybe do at like half the power and cut through the rest of that board if things didn't pop out. And so I find that happens more than I want. I haven't cut through.
Really? You have some really intricate cuts. I want to hear it. So tell our audience how awesome your stuff is.
Okay, so this is the Glowforge. I have the Glowforge Pro. It's pretty great. It's the mid-level Glowforge. It like sits right in the middle, 40 watt. I believe the Pro might be a 60 watt.
Oh, wow.
And then the basic is a 40 watt. Just some of the hardware is a little different inside. I have two. I've had a couple in my Glowforge experience. 2019 was my first year. I've replaced them both at this point because of I've sent one back and had it refurbished, and I've also sent one in and they sent me a new one. I've had a power outage on one, just pop once, and it was just never came on again. And then another one, it was a little bit of hardware somewhere in there. I forget what it was, but they're like, I'll send that in. It wasn't firing. And then one day I was cleaning one of my Glowforges. I have two usually running, and I killed it because I didn't, and I'm pretty sure I did this. I wet cleaned some of it on the inside, and I didn't let it dry for 24 hours. Usually they recommend let it dry, and I kind of knew that going in.
What were you using?
I use rubbing alcohol and mixed with a little water, but it's not straight rubbing alcohol, but it's rubbing alcohol and a little water, and just to get off some of the gunk here and there. And I'm pretty sure that's what killed it. And then it just started glitching. I bought a third Glowforge for $1,000 used to just gut it for parts. And I took out motors and I tried to fix this one and I could never quite get it to go. I was like, I'm going to win this laser machine thing. I'm going to rebuild one. And I haven't yet. So that's where I'm down after running a couple Glowforges. I've been pretty happy with them. The power is solid. I can cut through. Like when I was going max, I could cut up to like 20 sheets a day, which is, 9 to 9 sort of thing. Just running sheets after every 3 or 4 sheets of MDF, which is what I cut, the medium density fiberboard, 1/8 or 3 millimeters. I would have to clean my lenses after every 3 or 4.
Yeah. Look at that. And how long, and I've asked you this before. Yes. How long does an intricate sheet like that take?
This on the Glowforge now, because it's starting to lose some of its gumption, is about an hour 15.
Really?
I have a whole thing of goblins. Yes. So it's not crazy.
Is any of that engraved or is it just all cut?
That's scoring and cutting.
Okay.
Usually I'm trying to limit my engraves because of this. So it does pretty good. And over time, this Glowforge has lost power. So none of these numbers will translate to other systems, but I was cutting at 175 speed or power. But now I'm down to 135 to get it to go through the same wood. And that's with a deep clean of my lenses and my fans and everything. It's just over time. I've also traveled with this one to Arizona and back.
Oh, wow.
So it's part of the magic. It does pretty good. I have all the original box and all the little components you screw in and everything. I have everything complete. So I put it back together as if it's original packaging, ship it, take with me to Arizona in a trailer, set it up there, get it up and running. It's pretty great that way. Like it's been back and forth a couple times. So it's a workhorse. It does great, but I'm finding I've had to take apart fans. I've had to clean things deep. Like it's really a little more maintenance than I wanted, but I do put it through its paces.
You really do. I would say out of the 3 of us, you
definitely.
Yeah, you burn that thing. And you have like so many going at the same time.
Yes.
And
multiple stacks and stacks of this is the joy, right? We all have.
What do we do with these, you guys? Yeah. What do we do with them? What do we do with them?
Oh my gosh. Like I'm using them as furniture now. My computer is sitting on a stack of them down here. I use them just as furniture. Yeah, look at you.
This is my cranky off cuts, and I don't even. And like, what do I do with them?
I've tried saving them to reuse those corner spaces in those little spots. Right. But I find setting up just like if I spend the day just setting up a file, loading it, putting them on there, like that's a whole production day. And I really haven't produced as much as I wanted. I've used every last piece. You guys are shaking. You hear me? Like there's this trade-off between maximizing the board. Yeah.
I have a stack of like, this one, What do I do? Look at the size of this.
That's so much usable material right there.
It is.
I know.
You
And
can't
that's
get
why
rid
it's
of
not in this stack over here.
Yeah, and I have like stacks and stacks of these circles that I'm just saving from the middle of something. I'm like, you're going to be useful one day. Yeah, exactly. No.
What do I do with it? And so like the Kumihimo makes little round discs. The Cranky makes these little squares, but the cool thing is I glue like cool looking paper to the board before I cut it. So it has this cool little thing. Yeah.
What?
And then this. What
Go
do
ahead.
I do with it? What do I do with it?
I get into the ornament making last year.
I thought about that too.
And so before my laser broke,
oh
I had to
no,
get the new laser head.
Oh, I see the head. Yes,
we're good
right.
now. Yeah. That took like 2 months. I had cut all of these acrylic pieces. So with
they're not. They're toxic wood. I don't think any of these are burn clean.
The 20 watt, I should say this, with a diode laser, which I believe is what you guys have as well, correct? Diode.
You have
CO2.
He has a CO2.
You do have a CO2. Okay.
Which I think is why his is faster than ours.
Agreed. Absolutely. Because a diode laser, whenever I'm doing a board like that, now mind you, I am engraving some, but that does take a lot longer. So a non-CO2 laser is not capable, no matter how hard anyone tries, of cutting through clear acrylic. That is a CO2 laser thing. If you want to cut clear acrylic, that's a CO2. However, you can use some colors. So like, your greens and your reds, you can do those. These are some of the, let's see.
I still haven't pushed to any acrylics.
Oh, look at those. Great.
Yeah, those are based on
Hansa's collection from
Can you show the back and front and like the side?
Oh yeah.
I want to see like the great. Perfect.
So
fun.
These are cut to size, and then I have had from time to time like the green. Before I put these together, I'll take a little Dremel over that because sometimes the green is just a little more rough on the edges for some reason.
Interesting.
Is it like melty?
Yeah, look at those guys.
And the red cuts pretty good because the diode is a blue laser, right?
So yes, it is, and I will actually say that the red cuts better than any of the other colors.
Yeah,
to me.
Okay.
The red cuts the best. Can't fully disclose, but I am working on something for.
I love that. I've been there.
Hello, Anansa.
That was like the way they show Pokemon on the TV show. They show them silhouetted.
Silhouettes of them.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful.
So doing that, and then I did want to show you guys a couple of kind of cool. I don't know how far y'all have gone into the non-wood side of things. These are. I did do some Minecraft hearts for
nice.
For the buddy.
Oh, I like the depth there too. Or is that painted? That's wood painted with different like levels of red too on the edges and
before. So I paint all my sheets before, and then I cut them, and then all I have to do is just glue them together. So I can just.
I've always been scared of that. I've just been afraid of it bursting into flames, like with paint on the board, or even Mab saying she put that paper on there and cut. Like that's what I'm afraid the biggest fires are gonna like something like that catches.
So 2 things. So one, I do let it sit for a couple of hours just to let some of the gases and stuff flow off. I've never put like a wet or a sticky anything, And I do generally probably end up leaving it out there for days because I'll go paint one day and then forget about it and go back 2 days later and grab it. But I've never had an issue. I've done the painted ones a bunch of times. And give me 2 seconds. There is something I always keep by my laser. I want to show you guys.
Oh yeah.
Fire extinguisher.
Everybody grab your fire extinguisher.
Take your extinguisher.
She comes back with her fire extinguisher.
Yes.
What's that?
Nerds.
So you see how safe we all are. This is the best people to talk to for all of your needs.
Yeah, I
This
was just saying, this is
Way to
this
go,
is-
guys.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like we're reinforcing good practices here and stuff. Like anybody listening and watching this would be able to like, oh, the multiple people have these tools around them. These must be important.
They are.
This is like, definitely in me and Mab's connected house. Louie, are you connected to your home?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
I'm in the garage, in a little shop in the garage.
Yeah, so like we're not taking any chances here. So like I
No.
do not run overnight. It does not stay on overnight.
No, I want to. God, I want to run overnight.
I would love
Yes.
to. Do you know how much I could get done like in that 8 hours? I would be just I could
Wow.
do the biggest cut ever. I cannot do
my
it.
goodness.
So
Oh,
we
I
have our
do.
regular fire one, and then I have this one that just stays right beside it. So
Yeah, you had asked about non-wood, and I don't have it easily accessible. I should have grabbed
Do
some
I have
earlier.
it?
So
I've been engraving metal.
I started what? Oh yes. Oh, I may have what you're talking about.
Yeah, if they're handy, grab one or two.
Yeah, let me see if I do.
I engrave coins.
So I
Oh.
started leather like a couple of years ago, and so obviously one of the things about leather is doing it by hand, and I did, but I thought I'm just really curious at like how fast it would be to like cut leather with the laser. So
Yeah.
I engraved it. This is a tarot deck holder.
Okay.
I
Great.
engraved
Great.
it.
Great.
I cut everything with the laser. I even cut all of the holes for my
Yeah.
stitching
For the
as
stitching.
well.
Great. Great. Oh, that looks good.
And it did a really, I mean, like I still hand stitched it and everything. I literally just had the laser cut everything.
It's like having your work cut out for you,
Yeah.
literally. Like that.
Right.
That's
It was
saying.
just
There
like
you go.
cutting the template. Like I'm still gonna do all the work and I'm still, hand
Yes,
sewing.
yes.
But like, I mean, I couldn't have cut those so perfectly.
Wow, look at
because,
that.
I mean, that's
I like
just-
the layers there again, and that
you
spine,
hand
those little ribbons,
layers?
the little edges. Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
that's great. Look at that. Ooh, and a little writing on the
Yeah.
spine. Beautiful.
yeah.
That
So
is nice.
and also engraved, which was really cool. So I could do it, and then
Very nice.
I just colored it, obviously, right before I, stitched it and everything. So
What
I
sort
really like.
of did you use to color it?
I used the my leather dye.
Leather dye. Great.
Yes, I use leather dye for it. What is the brand name?
It looks really good. That's a fun green. All right, now I also have a question. I've done leather only once, and the smell was pretty hardcore.
I do agree with that. So
And there's like a certain kind of leather you can and can't do. Like
Maybe. All right.
a vegetable tan versus something else, or I don't know what the parameters are. One of them you can do. The other one says toxic fumes.
yes, and I did. Whenever I did cut it, I did check, but I don't remember. I don't remember what the brand.
But there,
that has been
something
a
to
minute.
look into.
But just to make sure. I mean, and honestly, that's with anything. Any type of acrylic that you get, anything that you are going to put in your laser, that thing is getting so hot. Just make sure that it doesn't specifically say somewhere not for laser engraving, because there are a lot of things that do, and you just have to be really careful.
Remember that time Mab thought it would be a great idea to cut vinyl from her Cricut thing? She thought that instead of gluing paper, she should just use adhesive vinyl on one of these. And then did a little test, and it was very bad. It was
No.
PVC vinyl makes very toxic.
There you
fumes.
go.
PVC
Exactly.
has plastic in it.
Yep.
Very bad.
Victorian London Fog asks like what sort of project you can do. I am all up for all three of us are making slightly different things, but all things we enjoy and look forward to creating. I have created recently, I have a replica dice tower. We do like gaming stuff. So this is a dice tower.
Look, I love that new design, by the way. Hold that up. Hold that up again, because it is so gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
But this is based on a dice tower found in a Roman treasure hoard from like 400 AD.
The light one
so
reads
people
better
kept
on
linking it
camera.
to it. Pictos Victos.
There it is.
With the Picts defeated, hostilities have ended. Play and security. And along the top it says, "Use me and have a lucky life," or something like that. Pretty good.
That is
So
amazing.
that's what I'm doing. I'm doing little monsters and little guys, and hey, I'm a little guy.
I love it.
I got making little hats for them.
Oh.
Little cuties.
I wanted to show you guys. This is a board where I loved this paper that I glued.
Ooh.
And this was
I'm loving that you're gluing paper.
And it takes a while, and
is.
you have to like weigh a lot of paper books on it to keep it from curling.
Okay. Yeah. But it's not cut through all the way. What happened?
I was trying so hard because it was charring it a little bit. And I was trying to mess with the settings, and the one I cut before this with the same exact settings did fine.
Exactly.
And you know what I didn't do? Didn't test it with the tack before I pulled it out of the thing.
Yeah.
Didn't do your own advice. Didn't take your own advice.
Well, because the one before it, I tested and
so
it
perfectly
came, and I was like, okay, great. And that's when I was like, this is my favorite one. Oh, I'll make you big because those are kind of hard to see on screen.
Yeah. So this is metal.
Yeah. So it's stainless steel metal, and
neat.
What I did in that, I made a jig, which is somewhere here.
Yeah.
And that took
nice.
Each side on the jig took about
that's great
4
looking.
hours on a jig. So it takes about 8 hours of constant engraving to get these.
For one, or how many at a time are on your jig?
So on my jig, it was about 42. So it was 7 by 6.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
8 hours, but 4 hours aside. Yeah. When you made a face about me taking an hour to cut that board, I didn't know if that was fast or slow. Because for me, that feels about normal now.
That's
but to me, I feel like I used to be able to get that board in 45 minutes. And now I'm losing like half an hour. I'm like, come on, I got to get another board on. And I'm like, pushing them.
This was a board of 9 Kumihimos. It took 50 minutes.
50. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I don't feel crazy about it.
I did
look at that.
I made a book nook, and it was all pieces, and you could put it together. And so I used to do those, and I want to say with this guy, and then there was just cut pieces. It was probably an hour. So, but like this was being engraved and everything.
For one?
This is what really, for like that 11 by 19 board. So I probably had like pieces like this, and then like this was my big engraved piece.
Which took a bulk of the time, maybe.
Take my time. Yeah, that does take. It's beautiful. I love the engraved look, but it does take that time.
Let's talk more projects here.
This is what we're talking about, Victoria and London Fog. We're talking about the different things we all make. We make different fun stuff. You can
I love that. I love that. So when Lou was on the show last time, I was testing tile engraving.
Yep.
And I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can show you. It's actually textural. You hold this, you can feel the rays. If I was blind, I could read it and tell what it is.
Okay, all right.
So I've been trying to come up with a display solution for this bad boy. I've tried putting it, and I, before, because I'm not ready to mass produce these yet, even though I have a whole line of artwork and the size tiles and everything queued up in my brain. I'm not happy with the way I've displayed it until a stroke of inspiration hit. And I came up with the idea of a reliquary box.
Ooh. Whoa.
That's cool.
And then I broke it.
I love it.
Yeah. Prototypes live in that world.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Okay, that
have broken prototypes everywhere.
Stand much, but so there's this size, and this looks so cute in there, and it would look even better.
What. Yeah. So I was about to say, please throw that in there.
And then I broke it again, but So,
Really
if
cool.
this was like painted up, and then I want to paint it in the American folk art style with like color and broad strokes and,
Yeah. Okay.
kind of not precise, not detailed, but just,
So would
very,
you glue it to the back of it?
yeah, I would, but I would, the inside will have like a velour fabric kind of thing.
Very
And
cool.
I think you could even raise that tile up a little bit so it's not
Yes.
touching the fabric. It sits up from it from an eighth
Exactly.
or something.
And then
And
there's
it's
going to be
it
little
hovers in there.
artifacts in there. Like I might line the whole inside with
Right.
teeth,
Right.
or like
Yeah.
little mini things. Anyways, so we're talking tools. This is my segue into tools.
Okay, go.
So we've already talked about using the XCS and the Glowforge program and the We Create program. And we also talked about Illustrator. Now, this tool here has become my absolute favorite tool to use. It's called Cuddle XYZ, and it is 100% online. It's not a program you download. There are options for free. So I'm going to be in the window. I can't see you guys, so if you see
you're scrolling through. You're scrolling. Things are looking good.
So,
we see some of your projects.
Free, and this is vector based. You can, and then the guy who makes it, I want to say, is Swedish. He's brilliant. He's so brilliant.
All right.
You got this thing here where you can test. That's the guy that made it. He's awesome.
Thank you, guy.
So you have these parameters that you enter in. Here, I'll show you one of my projects. I'm going to show you the reliquary that I made.
My brain is already going. I've already
exactly. So
okay, keep going a little bit.
I used this as an existing thing that are one of the templates that they already had in their Cuddle official thing, right? And then you go here and there's all these parameters. Like how wide do you want it? How deep do you want it? How
I'm not seeing any parameters right now.
Oh, you can't see them?
Well,
are they on a different screen?
Yeah, it opened in a new window.
Maybe you have to share that window.
Yeah. Let me share the other window.
So is this
that's why we're working as a team.
I've got it.
What was that, Nina?
Is this subscription based?
There's a free level, and then I do so much customization that I did get the subscription. And the subscription is so affordable.
And some things are worth it. Like save yourself the hours it might take to create something if you can pay some money, and especially if it becomes a tool in your toolbox. Right, worth
absolutely.
It. People so avoid it and go like, I'm gonna pirate it, I'm gonna do everything. I'm like, sometimes it pays to pay for things.
It really does.
It really does. Okay, so you saw me here. I clicked on this and it opened in a new tab and I didn't even notice. So these are I built this thing and off of this existing box. So this is a template that already existed. And
that's really cool.
It has its own set of parameters, and this is what it looks like. You're like, how wide, how deep, how whatever, right? And I wanted, so this is a one hinge lid. I wanted it to open like a door. So I went in and I edited the thing, saved it as my own, right? Then I wanted to be able to add and customize the thing. But this is so cool. Like, you're like, how big do you want it? You enter the height, the width.
That is really cool.
Yes.
The thing.
Already have a pre-done template and be able to customize it like that.
Exactly. And you can say how thick your material is, and that automatically adjusts the tabs. And these holes here, these holes for the hinges are based on the thickness of the material. So if you have a 6 millimeter thick material, it's going to make the holes bigger,
that's beautiful. I know
really
that alone made me want to buy this program. And then the kerf, which is how tight things fit the teeth, and that's basically the kerf is what's left what you lose when the laser cuts. So the laser is removing a little bit of material.
Right.
In this, it's 0.007. So if you have it a higher, it makes it a tighter fit. If it's lower, it's a looser fit.
I find that overall, if I just build my stuff right on top of each other, my lines, the things that cut away, it still fits. I have not found that adding and working with the kerf I just have not messed with kerf too much in all my designs. Most of the time, I just line the lines up, and most of the time fit.
Okay.
But maybe my stuff all sits janky or something, and I don't even notice. Like everything.
I have seen your stuff. It is cut perfectly.
But check this. This is another favorite thing. If you can add how far apart your tabs are.
I love how responsive it is.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your basic, right? So then let's go here, and we're gonna go clear changes.
Open in the editor.
So you can. I want to show you a little bit about this. So this is the cut layout, and it's set to auto layout. And I've named all the different components: front, left, right, bottom, lid, blah blah blah. And then so it'll automatically lay it out in the best way.
Wow.
This is me doing a test layout and just making sure all the pieces fit.
I like that it highlights the layer and the item you're on the right as you scroll over it with your mouse.
Oh my gosh. And it breaks it down. This is a little bit more technical. All right. So this is the component called thingy. And I've made the thingy down here. And what the thingy is the little stop that the little door rests on. Because I have 2 doors, right? So it rests on, anyways. It's a little thing. I couldn't think of what it's called. Yep. So this is the lattice, and you drop the thing in here and replace it. And then I have the lattice component dropped into the lid, which is half a lid, right?
Yeah.
So the lid gets repeated twice. So here in the cut layout, I say lid and lid. It becomes really intuitive very quick. And it does things like, mirror, repeat. The tutorials, like the guy who wrote this program is so handy. And then, because we're going to want all these different things to adjust, you say, okay, there's a variable in this top level here called width, depth, height, material thickness. So there's a material thickness, right?
Yeah. And
then when you write your position or your vector or whatever, you say it's the inner depth minus material thickness. So you create. It's like if you know code at all, this is amazing.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So I could do a whole episode just on this program, but I highly recommend it.
So chat is going off about software and things.
There it is.
Cluckin is single-handedly trying to fight with me on live.
Illustrator's the bomb. We all use Illustrator, don't we?
I am a very, very avid Illustrator user. I would say that's for Adobe software whenever it used to be the CDs, and then you had to buy the actual program but still download it. Then they turned it into a monthly subscription, and I have been paying for that stuff for 15 years, I swear.
25.
Yeah. I was a pirate for a long time, and then I was like, sorry, you're right, Adobe. Here I go. Once Creative Cloud came in, I've been paying for it. I get all the programs, but Illustrator is my hands down favorite program.
Same.
I love Photoshop. I love other things, but for some reason, Illustrator, and maybe it has to do with all of our minds and our design. We have a little bit of engineering mixed with art because we're creating things, and it tickles that.
The OG graphic design, the way that you start, that was the Adobe software. That was Illustrator. They didn't have all these like little quick grab and that, like, it was Adobe was the no, you don't.
Yeah, no, they use Paint. They use Paint for most of their SVG files are created in Paint. Whatever.
No, you do not.
All right, influence me. And I know, yes, Illustrator does seem a little unintuitive compared to some modern things. But again, it sounds like all of us grew up grew up.
It's
But
just
I used this when it was
it's
back.
comfortable.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've used it from the before time, so
Same.
I
From the
knew all the things
before
I could ease. Yeah, I believe it
yeah,
was something
think
else
about
even
I
before
know
vectors.
my
Illustrator.
keyboard shortcuts. I can
Yes,
maneuver around. Like,
exactly. Yes.
what it's
And
don't fix what ain't broke. It's fine.
exactly, it's a tool you learn to use, and most people like understand there are other tools, but if you grew up using it, the idea at the end of the day is, can I get the things done I want to get done in Illustrator? I can. I'm not learning other ones to boomer vectors.
Happy to be.
Whatever.
You know who I
Whatever.
am? Look, I'm a Gen Xer.
How do you
I don't
do?
know. There's got to be like a gang sign for Gen X.
It's little hearts.
Hey, little hearts. Little hearts.
Yes, I would say boom. It's not boomer vectors. Just say Gen X vectors or younger. Gen X and millennial. Come on, I'm the oldest here, and I'm not boomer yet. But whatever, I'll take it. We'll have
What
a
does that say for
drawdown.
me that I still use Illustrator and I?
You grew up right, is what it says.
Okay.
You grew up right.
That's right. That's right. I'm not sure.
Oh, and VLF's like, even I know how to use
Yes,
it. So how badly can it be designed?
No,
Oh.
I got it. It could totally be badly designed. I'm sure you could rework the interface. Again, I just know it. I can get stuff done in it. I'm trying to learn other programs. Like I'm trying to learn Blender for creating stuff. I want to create using Blender so I can work in 3D. But I'm still learning that. I'm sure there are other better vector programs, and I'm willing to learn. I'm down. But
I'm willing to learn. I just ain't
I've,
willing to
and
learn.
I mean, I've picked up some things here and there. It depends on the project. If the project is going to work more efficiently for me to learn a piece of a different software, I absolutely will. I'm not against it, but preferred. And if I can get it done in Illustrator, I promise you I will double the time in doing any other program.
Exactly. We're working on it, everybody. We're trying to live our best lives while making things for you.
That's true.
And with you. Yeah.
And it's like, I've always said it doesn't matter what the tool is. It's the end result. That's with Illustrator. And the whole time I was thinking you clocked 30 things like 30 times.
Clicked.
Oh.
No, there are some interface things where I wish I could make better quick keys and there are some adjustments I want to make where I'm like, I have to go to this menu one more time, but I'm going to that menu every time I'm designing something 30 times because I need to change the increment size with the cursor keys and things like that. So yes, some things are.
So last month here on Mad Lab, I spent a huge chunk of the episode clicking individual anchor points and the levers on Mad Labs as a demonstration of what I go through when I design in Illustrator. Sorry to cut you off, Nina. Continue.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. Sorry, I got to looking at chat. I lost it. It'll come back.
Yeah. But isn't it nice we all have programs we can use, everybody, us and them. We all have programs we know how to use to make things. Gosh darn it.
I do not make anything design-wise in photo. I use Photoshop almost strictly for photography, which I did. So I know how to use Photoshop and all of I can get in RAW. I can do anything to a picture. I won't use Photoshop for designs. Illustrator's for designs.
Yep.
Photoshop is for pictures.
Yep, I agree.
For me.
Yes.
Falcon uses it for everything, and then
Paulo uses Photoshop for everything, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, bro. And I love
house divided.
You're right.
Sorry, y'all.
I was pitching the show as a laser off, and it has turned into a vector
turned
off.
into a software
competitions, yo. But I was thinking more also about
Cluck and always we know where we stand with our design programs, and
right.
He knows who
divided. I want to talk about
Go on.
the future.
Here we go.
I want to talk about the future.
Laser eyes.
Oh, wait, yeah. Because every maker out there.
Yeah.
Every maker out
There's
there.
the noise.
Every maker. I made it with my mouth. Every maker out there wants that next tool. That next the better tool, the bigger thing, the thing. Like everyone I know. Okay, so for me, and I want to do a little round circle, and we'll keep it because apparently we really love gabbing. And the show may be
Really, everyone is just
tonight.
in the conversation we already have.
We're gonna do like maybe 5 minutes or less. I'm gonna try and do 5 minutes or less on the next tool we want and why we want it. The next tool I want is the We Create, so that I can print the colors on my crankies instead of.
You want the Eufy. You want the Eufy.
I want the
not
Eufy
the We
make.
Create.
The Eufy make, so that I can print the colors on my cranky boxes.
But that's what it will do. It will grab the print head, print, and then go grab the laser head and laser.
I will cut them out and then put them in the Eufy make, and it is a UV printer, color printer.
I've seen these things. I'm glad you're doing some research on this because I want to see where this goes. I want to print on things too. It'd be really cool to print the sides of these buildings with color and like things like that, and the roof tiles and everything, and then go cut it out after that. That would be amazing.
I have been trying pre-cut prints and cut stickers, and I'm not happy with them.
I have looked into this also. Yes, it's an acrylic laser printer, and it's kind of the first one of its kind. So that's where we are, because I got hyper fixated on it a couple of months ago, and then I saw Mab's post on it on Facebook, and I was like, I'm with you. But yes, it is like at the very beginning, and some of the people that have gotten it so far have said that it has been a little tough to get ink and to get some software support on new issues like that they don't have an answer to yet. So that is like, but Mab, whenever it is go, like, let's go. I'm excited.
That's the thing I want. Like that is
that
the
thing
one
would
thing.
be
really awesome.
Like
if I can get
amazing.
cool colors on my crankies, I've already started drawing prosceniums and shit like that.
But you could somehow get your board and run it through some sort of sublimation printer or something, and then line it up into your laser the right way and cut it out. Like there's
sublimation
a process to
only
do that.
works on polyplastic material, and polyplastic material
I see.
really well.
Adhere to the fibers in the fabric.
I see.
So there's currently nothing that will essentially set on top of.
Doesn't We Create have a printer? An inkjet printer option in one of their lower versions, their toy versions. It's an ink. It's got like a little cartridge that you put in there, and then it cuts out.
Well, because I will say that, so when I first got them, obviously brand new, they only had the Vision 20 watt. Now they have the Vision 40 watt, Vision Pro 45 watt, the Lumos, which is a little like tiny little lights thing that can just pop onto places. They have a 10. And then, I don't think We Create has the.
Something out there does. I remember, but the colors were not vivid. They were kind of uninteresting.
They're getting there. So people are starting to make it, which means that other people are going to try and start to make it. And then we're going to get into this like the laser situation, where now I think that there is a laser for just about every price point. Truly, if you just want to be able to have like something, and you have a budget, there's a laser that is decent out there that would do exactly what you needed to do. That is the
yes.
But if you're a workhorse, if you're planning on it being a workhorse, you need to have the higher grade. Like Louie.
This Glowforge. I mean, these were 34 or something like that. I'm on their site right now. This Glowforge Plus is now 4,500. So that's
Wow.
it's
Mine
a
was
little bit of a
2,000
monster.
and some change.
2,000.
And
Yeah.
it came with a rotary tool.
Great.
Oh, I
great.
did buy the rotary with mine as well. I did do
Rotary
that. See,
tool.
the We Create Vision, just your basic pack is going to be $1,300.
Yeah. But
Wow.
so I think you could still go for like I don't think you're going to get a laser that you're going to be happy with if you go spend $200.
No,
But
I agree with
maybe
you there.
800, maybe 1,000. And I mean, you can cut your teeth with any sort of laser you bring into your house and make some stuff. But I think at the end of the day, you'll be like, oh, I can't cut this. I can't cut that. I can't. So it is almost that $1,000 investment, even if it's a $500 laser and accessories and a small little upgrade and all the 500 to 1,000 is kind of that minimum, I would say, to make it start.
500
Yeah.
if you are really good at putting things together and
Yeah.
And
knowing how
assembling
to
it
build
yourself
things,
and
assemble, 'cause
everything.
there
Yes, yes.
are just, it's like the frame and the module with the set
Well,
of
and they have like kind of like the little ones that you set on top too now, where it's like
Yes.
not more for the cutting part, but for just the engraving part. So it really
Yep.
just depends, because like
the pecker, something laser pecker.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
that one was with
Nice.
mine, but I mean, essentially, like that's what those
Yeah.
little ones will do, is just kind of those pinpointed,
Yep.
you know.
Yes, and so again, you can get, depending on what you want to do, you can get a laser and get involved, just like 3D printings come down. Like you can spend a couple
Absolutely.
$100 and get involved. And it's whatever you can do to get in is great, because then you learn so much by getting that first tool, and you know what
Yeah.
you need, you know what you're looking for, you know what your use case is.
Yeah.
And so I'm picking up. I just pressed the go button on a Thunder laser, which
That's
is
what I'm
like a
looking at
big
next.
beast.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
for you.
The
Here, can you
Nova
share your screen?
24. Let me see if I can share
Yeah,
this
I
one.
The
will.
Thunder is what I
Uh,
have been looking at and looking at and looking at.
That's a monster. You shared a link
is a little bit
before,
of a
and I was
monster.
like, that thing is friggin' huge.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, it is a little bit of a monster. But the cutting size is going to be about the same place as we were before.
Really?
About the same board.
Wow.
But it's going to cut, it's a 60-watt RF tube, and the radio frequency tube is
That's the
slightly
medium
more
we're talking
precise
about.
and
Yes.
longer lasting than the CO2 tube.
Yeah,
So
CO2
I'm going to get much
one.
more life.
Yeah.
And the 60-watt RF is equivalent to maybe about an 80-watt CO2. For some reason, they're not rated about the same, but these are the things. So it's a monster. It's going to be a little bit of a beast. But I'm excited. Look at that little light that sticks up top there.
Yeah, what is
That's
that?
what that's your it's a go light, and there's a problem light. That's what I'm excited about, to live that life.
I love it.
That is
Right?
amazing.
It's ridiculous. But this is
Okay.
all metal. It's easier to get to. It's easier to maintain. And then also production wise, supposedly this is going to go 3 to 4 times faster. So that board that took me an hour to cut, if I could cut that in 20 minutes or half an hour, like if I could halve my time on some of these boards and have cleaner cuts, and I don't have to go to the internet to upload my file, and then it takes if I can load up 1 gigabyte of files in the laser and just pull them up on the menu and go lined up, go, and then put the next one. I think it's gonna like double, triple my capacity of creating product and prototypes and everything. So I'm very excited. It took this was in March. I sent them the first email to be like, hey, I'm interested, and now here we are. I just ordered it like 4 days ago. So again, that long research phase.
Oh my God, you
videos,
ordered it. It's
back
coming.
and forth, things. I just looked back and was like, yeah, no, it's been since March that I've been pulling the trigger on this. It's just been.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, finally did.
Oh,
And I would say
love
all
it.
my lasers have paid for themselves at this point. So
Yeah,
that's
I
a
was gonna
super
say that.
positive
I
as
did
well.
the math on mine. Mine paid for itself too.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes. But again, that's we're all driven to do it, and you're like, it's not going to pay for itself if you just cut a few things and give up on it. Just like any hobby you get into, or any crafting hobby that you're looking to make back the price. Like, it took all of us effort and slinging it and to going and making it happen to actually get that paid back.
This is something that's been just driving me recently. Is it doesn't have to pay itself back. If it's a thing that brings you joy,
Agreed.
do it.
Yes.
I will
And when I bought
say
this, I was like, it's gonna bring me joy. And I was in a different place financially, but I was like, I want this.
Great.
and I will also
100%.
say that getting it, like, don't always put your will it pay itself back on a product merchandise business type either, because the amount of gifts that I have been able to make for people rather than buy anything, like, have been there's so many things that I have been able to make or engrave or get a blank of something and just do it myself and not spend the $50 for the custom version, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it really does make a huge difference. Like,
Yeah.
that is
And for me,
decorations, like,
I love being able to like prototype shit.
Yeah.
Even if I'm
Yes.
not gonna make a whole big thing of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got this idea.
Right. It's just fun to cut out ideas you have. And again, I was only saying that because it is kind of crazy. Like, all the money I've spent on lasers, I'm like, holy cramoly.
Well, it is your
Luckily,
business.
I'm running
No,
a
but I
business
do,
doing
yeah.
it. But also,
Literally.
I would love to have one of these if I wasn't doing this as a business. I'd be like, I finally bought myself. I saved up for a laser. I got my laser. I'm making little village pieces because I love D&D and minis. Like, I love it too. Like, it seems like we
Yeah.
all come from that. We love to design. We love to make things. We love something in our hand. We all have held up things we're happy and proud of. What a joy.
Oh, absolutely. And there's always something that's like, oh, I have a great idea for something. Oh, wait, I can do it. Like, instead of having to try and explain it to anyone else, it's, you can actually sit there and make your own prototype and print it out yourself. And that really is huge than having to go back and forth with a company constantly.
That's nice. I won't do 3D printers though.
That's true. He does, like, we have 3D printed so much, zero for business purposes. It's been, I mean, even like little like fixes or extra things. You won't believe what a 3D printer could actually be useful for.
I love it.
It
My
is
nephew
so
has one. I've almost been like, just bring it to my house. I'll keep it maintained. I'll make sure it's running every time you want it.
Yeah.
And that was another one that we started with, one that was like a little $300 little open air one. It was really cool. We learned how to, work it and everything. And then we were like, okay, we are using it enough and we're going to upgrade. And so we got an enclosed one, and man, I use that thing all the time.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
it is almost a replicator level technology. Like,
Yeah.
I remember one of my favorite books, Neil Stephenson, Diamond Age. Everybody had a maker machine in their garage where it just like, need a new spoon, click spoon. Oh, you need a bowl for a party coming up, click bowl, get a printed bowl, throw it in the recycling afterwards. It prints your next thing. Like,
And it melts it down and
becoming that thing.
repurposes the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I love
that they're
3D
doing
printers for that.
Ooh. And this will be a topic for a future show, but I want to say it now when we're talking about 3D printers. In a lot of the craft fair communities that I'm in, there's a lot of rage for 3D printed things.
Like, people want them, or people are mad they're selling them?
They're mad that they're selling them because these are people that are doing what we do of, I've got this idea, let me design it, let me prototype it, let me fix the prototype, let me blah, 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 and then let me make a thing, and then blah, 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 where these are people that are buying the dragon thing and printing it and selling dragon eggs and stuff like that. So I'm like, if people want to buy them, but at the same time,
I go through the same thing with people at Renaissance Festival. Like, I already feel bad that in a way, like I'm like using a laser as a tool to make things for a Renaissance festival. I'm already like pushing that bound even to my pushing up against it for my own feelings. But every one of my designs is, I mean, this is a replica, but I designed the whole thing. This whole building, I like it's my design. So I'm
That's
like,
where I do see
I
yours as
feel
a
better.
tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
yes.
tool.
I'm using it to make enough so I can put my things out there for a good price. But I'm not going to have them made in China. I'm making everything myself. I'm babysitting my lasers. I'm designing everything. But people at fairs you see online and Reddit subthreads all the time. Hey, I saw another tent with 3D dragons. Oh, there's 4 tents with 3D dragons next to each other. And I anyway, a topic for another day.
Yeah, it's a
3D
whole other
printers.
topic.
Yeah.
But we're using these as tools to create. And
yeah, tools to create.
I wanted to address the thing you were saying, like I use a laser to make these things. I have come to terms with that because I say I am reimagining traditional things. So the crankies, nobody uses crankies anymore. Nobody even knows what a cranky is. I have to tell every single person and put it in their hand. They go, oh, this is cute. This is really fun. This is adorable. Because they've been out of fashion for 100 years. And I'm using a laser to make them in a way that I can make them accessible. And yes it's going to have the little, you can see where that is, and people are going to be mad, which is maybe another reason why I want to get the sticker design thing working, but whatever. And it's reimagining things in a new way. I think that's where we go. Like the Kumihimo, again, it's another tool, but I'm selling it as a fidget tool.
Yes.
So why not? You know, yours is little structures, and yeah, you used a laser to make it, but like you don't think those artisans of ages past would not have used a laser?
Was just about the same thing.
All
you
day
think
long.
If they had that opportunity, they'd be like,
Yeah.
thank you, please. Yes.
Yes.
Use that little machine. Yeah, absolutely.
Every day. So yeah. Any final words about?
I love lasers.
So I've got a
light amplification by the stimulated emission of radiation. Laser.
Ooh.
The acronym.
Love it.
That's you.
There we go. There we go. That's it. Meow, meow, meow. God of lasers. My eyes are lasers.
That's Nina.
Nina. And there you are. Okay, great. We all have, yes. Oh my gosh, we're going to make a great anime.
Oh, I love it.
Overall, I'm happy doing lasers. There's the one thing we didn't quite touch on was I am also doing maintenance on my laser. I'm cleaning things a lot. I'm taking off fans and cleaning the fans. I am adjusting things. I'm buying extra lenses sometimes. I'm like, think of it almost like a car a little bit. Like you will every once in a while have some major malfunction that you have to spend hundreds of dollars on. But most of the stuff is you're buying clean. But yes, it's a tool. It's a big old tool. You're going to spend some money on it. But overall, the maintenance cost in the time isn't too crazy. But after every couple days cutting, I have to do a medium deep clean. And every month I need to do a deep clean and stuff.
So real quick before also, because I do feel like this is important for people to look at because you just don't realize what you have to do. So I know diode laser. So I have to be able to push my air out.
All of us needs to have a really good exhaust.
Yes. So I will say that I originally got the like the fume extractor extra piece to it that hooked up to it and everything went in. That thing worked very well. However, it was very loud and the filters, if you for the seemingly little, at least in comparison to Louie for sure, that I feel like I do, or even Mab, I feel like does more at times than I do. those filters were like didn't even last me a month. And we're talking a 3-pack is another like $150.
Oh, wow.
And
Are you
so
venting in your house or
so
in
now I'm venting out a window. So Justin actually like speaking of the 3D printer, so I basically have a board that fits inside of my window, and then he 3D printed a piece that will hold my like that. He 3D printed a piece that would hold my connector, and so it still covers the entire window, so I can close it on top and like no air gets through. But now I can vent it fully out the window. So you come over to my house, and while I'm cutting wood, it smells great outside.
That 100%. I'm gonna say right on the side here is my window, and I have the big board going across, and I have 2 holes cut in it, one for each dryer vent that these vent out to. And you come by, and my dad comes by. He's like, "Smells like you're making money." Yeah.
We got the it's a levered vent. So when there's no air going out, it closes, and then when the air goes out, I mean, it's like whatever the 3 little things, and then it opens up.
Yeah, we 3D print stuff.
It's a flange. Okay,
because I was worried about the hot air coming in. And
that's what somebody, yes, agree. Somebody said mention moisture and air blowing back in, cold air, hot air coming back through the tube. So I got one of those little dryer vents too that flap up when it's going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
And air assist
a great idea,
is a must.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep my air assist on all the time. I think I tried a couple projects with it off, and it just wasn't worth it based off of what ended up being inside and the smell and stuff. That is just not.
Yeah.
So for cleaning, we all use the little dust thing to get in your fan. And then I decided to buy a battery operated.
I've got one of those dudes.
Is that a vacuum?
No, it's a little blower.
Oh, it's a whoa. You can get
it
blowers
is
without
electric blower. I must have mine over by my machine.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before. I've seen like little vacuums, but never a blower. All right.
Oh no,
but that seems great.
Mine came with different like tip attachments, so you can have.
Yeah.
And so that's sometimes easy just to like pop in your fan just to get like the little bit of dust out there when you don't need a full cleaning.
Yep.
And it was better than continuing to get the what's the aerosol can air bottles.
Yeah. Well, I don't use. I was like running out.
I use it some. Yeah. I keep it on hand, but the other one just keeps from not having to continue.
So
I'll look into that. That's great.
For cleaning the X tool, mine doesn't have a camera.
Okay, so manual focus.
But it pops out. You just take these 2 little screws, and the laser just comes right out and unplugs, and it's that easy.
That's nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, mine is that too. I can pop out the head, and then once the head's out, I can once you pop the head off, then you got a lens down at the bottom you can take out, and then you have a little mirror you can clean up top.
Yeah, we've got a little thing you can unscrew and then get to the lens. I don't have a mirror. I have a lens.
But just so people know, like you can't just go and never maintain it. Like part of the love of this machine, you have to spend some time getting to know its fickleness. We all have different fickle things with our machines, and what the best part to clean after every 3 cuts is. What you got to do if it's not cutting through something, I go through a little cleaning process, and like, oh, I see there was a tiny smudge on the lens, and that I clean that up,
right
and
there.
Cutting it the same power again.
There is a thing, the little pinpoint, little teeny tiny pinpoint on a lens.
Yeah,
is a thing, and it's hard to see if you wear glasses.
So that's what originally I thought was wrong with my laser head, because mine did have it had cracked at some point, or like, there was that little nick right there. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe that was what it was. So I actually changed that out first. And then that's when I found out like my whole, like, it was the connector inside of my laser just from over, the laser head over time. But yeah, when I pulled off that lens and I looked, I was like, wow, but you don't think that tiny little dot, but it's trying to get through there, and it's skewing all
That's
over
the
the
spot.
place.
Right?
That's the spot.
It wants clear. That's the spot. That is the spot.
the
It
spot,
wants.
yeah.
I mean, it really wants to be as clean a beam as possible. There's no imperfections, even like dust in. So you want it venting, so there's not dust and smoke buildup, because the laser going to that dust and smoke is not going to cut as well. So
yeah.
there's just all these little fickle things that get it balanced just right. So you're just clean cutting. When I'm running 20 boards like in a day, like when going mad about it, like I'm just like cut, clean, cut, clean, and I'm hoping that it's going to make it through the day, and then I just shut it down, put a little blanket on it.
Oh yeah, just
like,
read it a
rest
bedtime
well, little
story.
guy. Yes.
Sweet dreams,
But
my little sweet.
overall, yeah, little sweet guy.
Bless. Yeah, little guy.
Work
Aw.
for me tomorrow. Do a good job.
Exactly. I really should give it some love like that. Like,
Don't break.
come on, you did
overnight.
great today. Yeah.
They say if you talk to plants, they grow. Lasers, work better.
They show.
Does your new laser have it has a camera in there, doesn't it?
It does. The Thunder has a camera inside of it. Yeah, I'm excited if you checking it out, Nina. It was the 24 plus. 24 is the size, so it can do like a slightly bigger board, but I'm going to just stick with my standard board. It has a camera inside of it. It has dual air assist so one bigger one and one more precise one. So it's going to be pretty good. And the RF tube doesn't need water cooling or anything. It's all air cooled. So it just has fans inside of it to cool, and it vents out the window the same way. And again, that little yellow, green, and red light up top. I'm looking forward to whatever that is.
That is so exciting. So if I can find her name, I'll send it to you, Louie. There is a YouTube. Actually, she's a content creator, but they have a whole entire sign business. And I actually found them because I was looking for a sign a few years ago. And she talks about her Thunders all the time. She shows their work knit, like she goes through the whole thing. And she was the first one that got me on. And I was like, okay, what does she have? Now she has one of the ones that you can take a piece of plywood and put it into the machine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Or this one has
Nova
a feed.
series.
Do either one of you, can you do a larger feed? This has a little drawer that can pop down.
Yes. So that is an added thing to mine now. So there's two things that apparently you can do with mine that I've not tried. One is, so when you take my bottom tray out, it's completely open. So according to whatever, you can actually put something underneath it if it has something to sit on top of.
Oh
You
yeah,
can actually engrave from underneath. You just, because once you take the tray out, it's just an open bottom. And then now they actually have a full roller piece as well, where you can.
That sounds like mine. That's what mine's.
So they have that attachment now, but I haven't gotten.
Yeah, we don't with the Glowforge Pro, which is what I had one of those before. It has like just a slot, so you would just move it. But most people, I've never seen anybody super happy with it, because you move it a little bit, you got to line it up again. Like having that roller seems like the way to go. It's almost like the rotator, something that automatically feeds it instead of you hand sliding it and trying to line it up again. Yeah.
But mine
anything
doesn't,
like that can be automated is better.
So, but mine doesn't have a camera, and the one thing that that I love about everyone else's laser out there is that if I wanted to cut like 50 of these, I would feed the image in, and then it would map out onto all of where the other ones are.
All right, say that again. You would feed in.
So you drop the image in, like the design, the Kumihimo or whatever.
Yes.
And then it maps it onto all of the ones or do you have to drag it and map it onto each one? Let's say I'm engraving a whole ton of coasters.
Yes. Okay.
So you got whole thing in there.
Yeah. I would, in my Illustrator file, I would make my jig and my coasters at the same time, lay them all out.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Put it down and then do that. Like I line up the jig a little bit. Yeah.
I'm thinking of, there's these smart ones now. Have you
Yeah,
seen
no,
these smart
no, I could
ones?
see.
That's what I'm thinking of.
I've seen one that almost feeds on a belt like coins, and
Yeah.
it grabs the images of the coins
Oh,
as they're
yeah.
going
That's what I'm
through
talking
and
about.
just
Thank
does
you.
them, and then you can just set them on, and it finds those. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen some things like that on the horizon. Yeah,
That would be amazing if
it would be cool.
yeah. I'm sure those are a little
They
hard.
make.
I like that coin you guys did. Like that was a fun coin. Like I'm
Yeah,
surprised
that's
that was
really
done
cool.
with a diode. I thought you
I've
need
done
a
a couple of-
fiber.
and the so that's with a diode. But I was
love
just
it.
saying, X Tool has made a dual laser, and it is about frickin' time that everyone wants a dual laser. It is a fiber / diode laser,
Mm.
and it's like one machine, two lasers.
I know, right?
Two lasers. This is I gotta grab these assets again.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. There we go. There we are.
So
We're living the
many
laser life.
lasers.
I mean, I've wanted a laser forever. Ever since I was a kid, I knew about lasers. And then when they started to show up, and for some reason, somehow Illustrator and cutting things on a flat sheet. Again, we all like Illustrator. For some reason, it translated like I could see in 3D and 2D and
Yes.
Illustrator, and I was it just went over so well. I was like, I've been designing in Illustrator forever. I think I can design for a laser. If I'm cutting out a piece of paper, I can design for this in that program. Like it just
awesome.
felt a connection.
Absolutely. I agree.
That's
It was
beautiful.
just it made sense.
I just wanted to have physical things of my vector drawings.
Yes.
Exactly.
That
Even if
is
it was just
huge.
layered 2D. Yes.
The
100%,
fact that
y'all.
you can just
Love
cut so I will tell you guys, I actually don't have one because they were given away. But something that we did this year for Father's Day for my dad. So there's 4 of us siblings, and I got him to write our last name, my maiden name. And I cut it with the laser. I put it on a board, and then I engraved the 4 of our handwritings, the lyrics of a song. And so,
Nice.
like, I was
Wow.
able to take from a picture in Illustrator, because Illustrator's awesome. I was able to pull and turn his signature into a vector and be able to cut it with my laser and make it
Yeah.
3D right in front of me and like
Oh my
Huge.
gosh.
There's a huge thing in some of
That's
the
super
laser
great.
engraved groups
It was
that
so
I've seen is people have scanned in because I don't know if your machines do this. Mine will engrave a bitmap. So they take a picture of
yes,
an old
yes.
recipe card, and then they
Yeah.
engrave it on a cutting board
Yes.
with the
yes.
grandmother's handwriting,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not vectored; it's a bitmap. So, but
It's
it's
a
like
bitmap.
quack.
So it
I was-
engraved, yes, a depth map with the black and white,
Yep.
yeah. There's so many wonderful things to do with. I feel like I feel like I have created a tenth of the things that are possible and ways to use it and
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
So
I just
many-
cut MDF boards to make my things like that. I pretty much is just that one thing, and I've
I'll be right back.
rarely messed around with other boards and other things. You guys have done great in doing acrylics and other items, and you did that the engraves on that slate. Like I well done. Kudos to both of you because you've pushed outside. You've done more than one thing with it. I feel like I'm just the one trick pony, just MDF all day, baby.
Oh, but
But
I
I'm
mean,
excited
you
to do
figured it
more.
out and you went super like
I
that
went
was super broad
deep on
with
that.
your
Yeah.
I mean super
Yeah,
deep.
Okay,
Um,
you guys, I wanted to, you made me all of these
Okay.
things we're talking about.
Okay.
This is actually related. And this
Yeah.
is a gift I made for Magnus, who loves
Nice.
Roman
that's
coins.
awesome.
And it's a cork coaster that
Oh,
I
look how thick
engraved.
that is too. Great.
That's
I
awesome.
engraved based on an actual photograph of these coins. There's the head
Look at that.
of
Nice.
Athena.
That
And
is
it,
so
because it is actually flat. It's
Yeah.
not 3-dimensional, but because it's a bitmap, so it's got the shading in there.
Let me see it on the edge again. Yes. Yeah, so this is this like new level of people do a lot of coins like this, and they're doing it's this the depth map or that 3D,
Yeah.
the grayscale image, but
Yeah.
somehow the image you can adjust it in Photoshop and stuff to really give it that extra depth.
So, and I was trying to find the other coins
It's
that
almost
I made.
an illusion.
It is an illusion. So I made this
It
other
is. It
set of
does look
coins
weird.
that I made it look 3-dimensional using halftone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't find where I have
Yeah, I
a little
love.
bag.
Wait, let me look around for stuff too.
I know.
I know I have done a bitmap image
love it.
before, and I don't remember what I have done it on. I've done them plenty of times.
I
just
did.
can't
There's
think
a
of
tiny little one. I custom fit. That's like
Yeah.
for
Oh, that's so cool.
RC, which is a Renaissance thing. The same sort of things.
I love
where
it.
it's-
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
that's
wow.
exactly.
Mm.
Got
And
like
as long
the
as you have your
illusion of the drop
contrast
shadow.
right, you can
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah, if you do it right. This one, like again, like part of the game of having the laser is, hey, that didn't come out right. Let me make adjustments and run it again. Half an hour later.
Okay,
Oh, that was
so-
closer. Half an hour later. That was closer. 2 days later, you're like, yes, I finally got it. I can mass produce.
Those things. are
Look
the
at that.
best.
Exactly. There you go. That's it. People always tell
are.
me to do this, and I have never run one of those, but it helps, right?
It does. It just gives.
So-
I mean, like with the piece of material that you're working
Oh,
on.
look
so,
at
like,
you.
I did it
Oh,
for
that's
my
so
leather.
smart.
This is spray
Yeah.
painted wood.
You did great. And
And
people,
this-
these are test runs that you can download online. And what it
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a diagram of power and speed. So you have power and speed, and the more, the more power it's going to cut through more. The faster it goes, the less it's going to cut. But you want to find that perfect balance to either cut through or engrave without a lot of charring. So there's a little bit of playing with every laser.
And also to see what your style is, because some of those
Yeah.
are just a little deeper, and you may like.
Yes, exactly. Look at that.
because this was spray painted wood, and it was like,
Oh,
You're seeing
great.
how
what it-
much
yeah.
did we want it to, pop through? This
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
This is a
Oh,
3D.
nice.
Love
This
it.
was a commission. Somebody
Ooh.
wanted a salt and pepper shaker, and
Was that on your on your roller or your
rotary tool. Yeah,
rotary
this
tool?
was
Great,
one of my
great.
tests.
Yeah, perfect.
The final one had like more engraving on the bottom too.
Yeah, but beautiful. Good idea. What a fun thing.
It is so fun.
And I have a rolling pin that I also bought because it was super cheap. And I've seen
Mhm.
people do cool engravings on a rolling pin. I just don't know what to engrave on here. So that when you roll out the dough, you got these little patterns on the dough.
Yeah.
Oh.
A cylinder seal from Uruk, the ancient city.
That would be awesome.
I'll show you.
I'll show you. What about like castle walls or just stonework? So you roll out your dough and it's all stonework or something, like a stone floor. Or probably
Ooh.
something where you look at the roller and you're like, that's a nice image for kids, and you roll it and it's all like boobies and ding dongs.
Did you engrave those?
I did.
Oh, look at that.
So
Oh,
there,
nice.
it's a like stone floor.
Yeah. I've got another question in here. What's the worst? What medium is the worst to work with? Well,
Would an acrylic disc be problematic versus wood or stone or marble? So
these are good questions.
as far as so there's a little more that comes with that question on what type of laser you have as well. So my answer is going to be different than Mab's because she has a 40 watt, which is going to be different than Louie's because he has a CO2 and getting an RF. So for my 20 watt diode laser, acrylics are very difficult to work with if you don't know the setting, if they are not meant for diodes. So there's a lot of acrylic websites that are diode tested acrylic pieces. If they're not, I wouldn't chance it because your laser is just going to melt it and it is not going to cut through it at all.
Or it
However,
could be toxic AF.
exactly. So you do want to be very
Yep.
careful. So the ones Houston Acrylics is really, really good about their diode testing section. And so those are really good, and they have all the colors that you can use, and I have yet to go wrong with something they said was good for diode. So, but then as far as they go, so acrylics is mine.
I think it would be like right now, I don't think any of us can do stone or marble. Like none of us are cutting stone or marble. You're going to need.
But
I'm not cutting it, but I'm engraving it.
You can engrave it a little bit. Yeah.
But here's the other thing is, and this was, if you guys want to go back to one of the earliest Mad Lab episodes, and it was one of the first ones I did, and it was me and Louie, we were talking about stuff. I was prototyping these.
Yeah.
And
you did your first one live.
I did the first one live. This was the one that came out live, and it's still my favorite one.
Oh
and so you can see here, like this is engraved, but very badly. And this is just a stone tile. These are ceramic tiles, stone tile, ceramic tile.
Bust that up.
That's slate, I think.
Yeah, that's engraved. Like a slate. Exactly.
So, and I have a marble.
But I don't think they're too difficult to work with. Once you dial in your settings, I think you're doing pretty good on those.
I sold I made custom ones for people. I sold a ton of the custom ones for the slate because they're really easy. Speaking of also the bitmap images, people can get slate, like bigger pieces of slate that come with an easel, and do a bitmap image on it. And it turns out really, dial in your settings, turns out really, really cool.
Yeah.
I could picture oiling that the right way too, or like some things pop afterwards when you engrave it, and then you bam, and it kind of like.
Yeah, some people put a sealant over it too to make it shiny.
Spray sealer.
I have sold them without the sealer. I mean, I clean it, wipe all that, but I've sold it without.
Yeah.
People love it. It has that because it's like that textured, cool, you can do whatever to it.
People love a tactile thing.
But I don't know if we've done any marble. So we have there's diode lasers, there's CO2 lasers, there's RF lasers, and then you go up another level and there's called fiber lasers.
I love
fiber. I don't know why fiber is in there, but those are the ones that cut metal, like thick metal, and can get into marble and stuff. So those are like hardcore lasers beyond what any of us can have at home. I think those are get a building for those sort of thing. Get a garage.
Oh, for sure. In the 3D printer, the different kinds of filament. There's a color that I got. I want to even say they were the same brand. We got 2 different colors, and they print differently. You have to change the settings on them. It's kind of crazy.
I posted this on Facebook just on the off chance that the other makers out there would get a chance to pop in, and because I have a pretty good robust maker friend circle it's one of the communities that I visit. There's the laser group, there's the Cricut group, there's the hey, oh wow, Reverend Tommy's here. I knew it. I was like, we're not going to be able to keep this show in under an hour. Like normally Mad Labs is an hour, and it's usually really good and very packed, but we're all very ridiculously passionate about making things.
Making all the things.
We're makers. I'm so excited to see more makers out there every day. And these are the tools that is making accessible to
there we go.
It really does. And I mean, these, Louie was saying, I mean, these are all of, you can make your own designs. So you're just using an extra tool to help you get there. But these are your designs.
Yeah.
And if you're doing something for yourself and you want to use someone else's, go pay another creator and use their design, because that's also supporting them as well. So, I mean, there's so many options, but I totally see the laser as a tool in our arsenal.
One of the things that I have been we're all like,
I know we're not.
One of the important projects for me, one of the things that has come to me is I want to use my tool to make small print runs of things for artists that don't have the resources to buy a regular order of whatever merch or marketing tool, whatever, I want to make a small print run. If you got 100 or less,
awesome.
let me try it out.
Yeah.
You give it to you, you sell it, you see how it does, depending on, 100 stickers or 50 mugs or.
Yeah.
So this is how I want to give back to the community.
But this is how you can do it. Like with these tools, with your skills, with the computer software we know, with this arsenal of printers, 3D printers, laser cutters, inkjet printers, the sublimation, all those things you can actually do that. You can give here's your merch person, see how it goes before you mass produce, or it might just be batches like that forever. It might be like, I'll make a batch for you. Then you could take my file and find another laser cutter and make another batch, and they can pay for their equipment because they did a batch. And I've always thought about like, what if every state I went to with my business, I called in Glowforge people and been like, hey, cut me this box of boards every time I come to town, and you're going to pay for your laser because I'm going to show up and make sure like have a little army of Glowforgers just like cutting away or something.
Louie, we talked about that, and what a great deal that would be.
Because I want everybody to, I don't think they need to pay for it, but I wanted them to justify it so their significant other is like, oh, like that laser in the garage? It's like, that laser paid for itself. You can shut it down.
Exactly. Absolutely. Which mine has. Mine has clucking. Just saying.
That's my
So every hobby you get into, I want to make sure it's covered so nobody can give you shit for it.
Thank you. Yeah. There's a lot of them. There's a lot.
Does it bring you joy? Yeah.
Does it bring you joy? And yes. Yeah. Obviously, all of us, the way we've been talking and jumping on it, as everybody can see, this does bring us joy, like doing these things and creating this stuff.
Yeah. It really does. And honestly, like with all the new things that I learn, especially, I mean, I just, when someone starts talking like, oh, this would be really like, we're working on Destination D&D stuff, obviously, like all the time. And so I am thinking like, oh, okay, what do I have? I know how to make leather. I can do laser. I can do sublimation. I can do, so I'm like, okay, how can I take all of this and put it into a new something that we're doing, And
love
exactly.
Love it.
How can I reinvent this thing? Yeah, I'm loving reinventing things. And again, I know we already said this once, but I love that each one of us has this little thing that we have made our own, and we all have the same paintbrush, but we all are painting wildly different pictures.
Fun.
And it was just a really, like, that was such a, not that everyone has to have a laser for an icebreaker, but just happened to be that was our icebreaker in NOLA, which was fun. Like, I hear laser and I'm like, I'm going to go talk to those random people I haven't met yet. Hi, hello. You guys have lasers? Want to be friends? Like,
yes, we are.
Yes. And look, here we are.
We're all part of the. And again, Nat 21 is so supportive of makers, big and small.
Absolutely. No. And if you guys have any questions outside of this conversation, we're on Discord, we're on Facebook. Get a hold of one of us. Like, we can get a hold of the other if you don't know how. But we're so happy to. I mean, like, we obviously love this stuff, so we're so happy to answer any questions y'all have before you pull the trigger on something like that. Because it is helpful to hear from someone who's going to tell you straight on how it's going to be,
exactly.
So, and Louie's about to test out that thunder for us.
Let's do some final thoughts there. Nina, what do you got? Summary?
Final thoughts. If you are looking to get a laser and you just kind of want to get in the start, like they said, I mean, you still want to spend a decent amount to get a decent laser. You don't want to do the 200, 300 because it's also probably not real. But budget wise, looking in that, over 800, like you really want to like kind of start your cap at about 1,000 because that's gonna get you a good, decent laser that you can actually keep, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen. And if so, I mean, just go watch YouTube videos. Like, what can I do with a laser? Go look on Etsy, laser cut patterns. Whatever you're into, look for patterns and just see what you can do. And then start thinking of your own and being like, oh, I can turn this, and if you want us to do a show on, how we design and think like, I mean, let's
I
Yep.
did that
Oh, yes,
actually
you did. That's
last
right, that's
month.
right.
Last month it was
Which was a really cool, yeah, and that's on
yeah, it
our
was
VOD on YouTube,
yeah,
so.
it was a whole like from the client reaching out to me saying I have this idea to me taking her photos and building
That's
it
right, that's
in
so awesome.
Illustrator and then sending it to cut, and then at the end of the show I had a finished prototype.
That is, yes. So those are on our VODs on YouTube. Definitely. I totally forgot about that. That's awesome. So yeah.
Video on demand is what you're saying a VOD is.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. It's
Okay.
it's in our YouTube playlist. It should be under Mad Labs.
No, that's great.
Our video on, yes. I'm normally behind the scenes. I don't get a lot of on camera time. I don't know how to talk.
I love it.
What do you got?
So,
what do you got for us?
Yeah, it's same sort of stuff. Jump in there, get something that's going to work for you. Think about your ventilation, think about your setup. It has a little bit of you have to pay attention, you got to do some maintenance, you have to make sure you get a nice table to get it on and a place to put your wood and your cuts. Like the laser isn't, whereas like a printer, like a normal classic printer, like a inkjet printer, you could pretty much set that in a stack of paper next to it. The laser, I feel you have to have an extra table or two around. You have to have somewhere to put other stuff around. You have to have some tape on your wall. You got to have some cleaning supplies nearby. So when you're thinking about your laser space, don't think just the laser. Think about a laser plus as far as space and size and everything.
Well, and your laser does vibrate a little too. So like
exactly,
you have like a stable, there are things like that to think about for sure. Yeah.
Like I have my heavy old school 80s table over here, but for my new laser, I'm going to be building a 2x4 beast to hold it. I'm going to get
that thing is talking.
Put rollers on it.
I am going to put rollers on it. Yes.
Yeah.
With little clicky wheels so they can lock in place.
There you
yes,
go.
my friend.
I love
I'll do some videos or do some posts
great.
about it as I go, as I get it in. It should be in about a month or so. There's about a month lead time on ordering it. And then everybody, like Nina said, download those things of somebody else's design that you want to print and then modify it. Like as soon as you print your first one, you're probably going to be like, oh, if it only had the flower over here, or if only these words were these words, or if it was a little bit taller, and then that's what's going to get you into designing your own stuff. And then really your imagination just flows from there. And then if you can design it, you can cut it and hold it in your hand that same day, which is such a joy.
It's such a cool thing.
That's awesome. And again,
Mab,
I want to say, like, talk about that Cuddle XYZ, the URL. So
yes,
XYZ.
Speaking of that with this tower here, I had designed for 1/8. 1/8 is different than 3 millimeter. So I had to scale this down by 95% to make a different board. Anyway, having that Cuddle, I could have just adjusted a couple of those parameters and cut it with this different wood. Like I'm looking forward to that.
So if you buy a pattern on Etsy or wherever, you buy a thing and then you drop it into your program and then you cut it and you're like, oh, it's for a different size wood. Or it doesn't fit on my board here. And you grab the corner of this thing and you shrink it down. It's not going to work. Because those little tabs, those little, your little ziggy zaggies.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are based on the thickness of your material. And you are going to want to have nearby at all times, unless you moved a bunch of shit around and it's buried, you want to have one of them calipers. That's not a caliper. One of them.
Here we go.
There you go.
There you go. You got your cake. There you go.
Yeah, mine's like buried. I'm put a bunch of stuff on top of it. It's here somewhere.
There we go. Exactly.
And you need to have that. So we didn't even begin to talk about that. You gotta. So the other thing I want to mention is
That's it.
Find a makerspace before you invest. If you are at all hesitant, there are
makerspaces there are
all over the country. I know that my library in Loudoun County has 3 or 4 different makerspaces built into the libraries that you can go, and I think 3 of them have lasers, and you can go, and they also have other tools. So maybe you're going to find that the thing that you want the laser for can 100% be done by a Cricut machine, Cricut maker, and because it can do thin basewood. And that machine costs $400 versus $5,000. So go out and explore some of the other options. See if you can get your hands on, or like come by and go, hey, Mab, I want to come visit, and can we make stuff in your studio? My studio doors are almost always open. If I'm around, I invite everybody to come by, and we can make a project together.
Party at Mab's place.
Let's go.
Kids are always fun.
Oh, thanks.
I want to say thank you guys so much, and it is always a joy and a pleasure to talk with other very passionate makers out there. And I cannot get enough of you guys. And this show would go for 4 hours. Oh, hey, Lou, are you still doing your I'm
looking to start up some Dungeons and Dragons streaming again. I kind of missed that. But my daily just hanging out in the shop streaming, I haven't been up to in a little bit. I'm a hit and miss with streaming. I absolutely love it, but my discipline to do streaming is very difficult. I can't wrangle that yet. So there you go.
I'm doing 7,000 other things. I was gonna say
it's because I committed to once a month.
No, I love it. I love it. Well, that's a good commitment. Perfect.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
So great hanging out with both of you. What a joy. What a joy. And everybody in the chat. Thank you, friends.
Yeah, seriously, guys. Thanks so much. And we will be uploading this to YouTube VOD with the Riz.
It will be in the VOD.
Catchphrase.
It'll be in the VOD with the Riz. There you go.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and one little quick reminder, our amazing Twitch mod Reverend Tommy is going for the America's Favorite Couple, and it'll help them pay for their wedding, which is absolutely adorable.
Wow.
And I have been clicking every day that I can, and that's all I got to say about that. So anyways, we have sponsors, and I can do that thing, or I can just play every laser sound that I downloaded.
You should try that.
That's the 8-bit laser. I like that one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good job.
So, I did that. I did the thing. Anyways, guys, thanks you so much for tuning in. And we have shows all week. I will actually pop up the banner for the folks that are new watching. We do shows 5 days a week, 4 days a week. We do 7 shows. Wow, we think we're insane people. On Mondays, we have the modern music with Lady Prudence, and she does requests. Tuesday morning with Sonnets with Shakespeare, where you guys get to cooperatively write sonnets together. I heard a rumor that we are starting our next season of Nat 21 Adventures, our D&D game, very soon.
Special DM.
Yeah, we're doing a special guest DM.
Nice.
For a mini adventure, and then I think we're going to be back at Spelljammer. So as the weather turns to fall, we are going back to rolling dice again. On Wednesday is the weekly crafting show, where we just craft, talk about things, and do trivia. It's a really fabulous way to spend your lunch. Couple hours. It's really a delightful show. I love tuning in. And then 9 p.m. on Wednesdays, we have the Gothic Horror Gaming, which is
they are also about to start up a new campaign.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Beautiful.
And then we have one of the handlers from Gothic Horror does a Flash Phantasmagoria stories. So it's where you guys collectively write little mini horror stories, and it's another delight. And then on Thursdays at 8, we have a different show every week of the month. So the first Thursday of the month is Mabs Labs. The second Thursday is kind of like a wild card. The third Thursday is our Patreon Saints game, where if you are a Patreon subscriber at the highest tier, you get to participate in a DM in a game that's being run by one of the players of the show. This season, it happens to be me, and we are exploring Mistmore Isle and getting dirty with fish. And then the last Thursday of the month is the Tarot Show with Madame Monza. So yeah, this is
good time.
We got a lot of shows on this channel, and you guys, you can always tune in. So much amazing stuff. And then, of course, we have sponsors, which blah, 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 buy our stuff.
And they're beautiful people who contribute to this whole endeavor.
And we can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much again for your support. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. This was so fun.
Let's do this again.
Let's do it again.
Let's make art every day. Boom. That's my slogan.